Hi, this is Debbie Robinson. Welcome. Today I'd like to do a little bit of spinal movements in chair. I teach a few chair classes a week, and it's one of my most favorite classes to teach because although we're sitting in the chair, it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. I like to do a lot of body awareness in a chair, getting people to understand their posture, the way that they sit and they move. Quite often in my classes, I will let people know that sitting is actually the new smoking. So in the 60s, 50s, 70s, people would smoke, and then it became more aware of the ill health effects of smoking. So there was a lot of awareness on that, and now that has gone to sitting. So they say that sitting is the new smoking. So coming onto your chair, the first thing I like to teach is sit back in the chair and let the middle of your spine, known as your thoracic spine, come up against the chair, and then take your arms out to the side and feel this nice lengthening. Now, when you're here, if the lower back starts to come away from the chair, you want to engage your core, so you want to hug your midline in towards your spine. So imagining that you have a corset around you, you're going to close in here. Take your hands up. Let your gaze be up at the sky and feel the pressure of the chair as it presses into the thoracic spine, but engaging the core so you protect lower lumbar spine. Take one more breath and then exhale. This gives you feedback for the back of the chair so that when I ask you to move to the front of the chair, you feel that you're no longer sitting up against the chair. Coming to the front edge of the chair, you'll feel the pressure of the chair right under here, right at the tops of the back of the thighs right here. So now take the hands onto the front of the knees. Inhale. And as you exhale, begin to close in the stomach, draw everything towards the midline, and then lift up towards the belly button. Press back towards the belly button so you feel the lower back flattening out or going into the opposite curve direction. Bring the chin down towards the chest. Feel the weight of the body going towards the tailbone area or a little bit farther back in your seat. And then you inhale, coming forward with the chest, slide the hands along the legs, bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders, and then exhaling into flexion, inhaling into extension. Exhaling into flexion. This is what we do too much of, the rounding of the spine, the sitting, the rounding of the shoulders. Inhaling into extension, what we need more of in our back, it's a back bend. Exhaling into flexion, inhale into extension. And then one more time in each direction. Exhale, gather the belly towards the center, press back the spine, and then inhaling, letting the gaze and the neck open up. Coming back to a neutral pelvis, feeling the weight equal. Let's add the lateral flexion of the spine now, taking the hand down along the chair, I grab onto the chair here. And then take the arm out to the side. Look at the arm. Make sure your arm's not forward. Make sure there's not flexion or rounding in the upper spine. But take the arm directly and then slide the arm so that the shoulder blade in the upper back goes towards the spine. And then inhale up and then exhale over. Reaching up with that hand up towards the sky, and feel that you're pulling your side waist as far away from your pelvis as possible. Inhaling up. Let's do the other side. Taking the hand out, looking at the arm. Make sure you're not forward, but rather out, and then pulling the arm in towards the body so that the shoulder blade goes into the center of the spine. Then you inhale, lifting your arm, reaching, and then exhaling as you come over into lateral flexion. Opening up the side of our spine here. Inhaling up and exhaling over. Moving back and forth through this lateral flexion of the spine, inhaling up and over. Make sure you reach out with your hands up towards the sky. And it's really not so much about the sideways movement, crunching here. It's a lifting up, elongating, and then opening up the side of the body that the arm is up towards the sky. One more time in each direction. Inhale, exhale, and then inhale, exhale. Coming back to center, let's add rotation now. So taking the hands in front of the body, let's hug the body. Have the elbows be in close to the body, not up floating away, but right close to the body. And this movement is not about elbows. It's not about moving so far over to the side. Quite often I see people taking their hands off and trying to really twist over, but that's not the movement here. We just want to take this part of our body and we want to get it to rotate. We want to get the muscles to pull on the spine in all directions, creating that stimuli so that we can strengthen the vertebral bodies. So take an inhale here, and then exhaling over in one direction, inhale to center, and then exhale to the other. Inhale through center, exhale, inhale center, exhale. Bringing yourself back to neutral, and there you have it. We did all the movements of the spine. We did the flexion, which is the rounding forward. We did the extension, which is the back bend. We did the lateral movement from side to side. And then we did the rotation side to side. So anytime you're at your seat, they say maybe taking a 15-minute break every 45 minutes is really good for spinal health, and it's good for pelvic health. One of the muscles, the only muscle actually that attaches upper and lower body, is attached to the lower spine and then attaches onto the leg bone. So in the seated position, it's called the psoas muscle. In the seated position, the psoas is in a contracted state. So it's important to take a break, lengthening that muscle. So coming into this movement pattern that we did, moving that spine in all movements, and then standing and giving your psoas a little break from this constant contracted state. Thank you for joining me.